TGC Requiem here. We are in round 5. We're on the play. I think we hit play on every single match this league. Looks like a promising start. Ooh, that's a pretty thing. So I think we're actually going to lead with Azuri here. Over Archdruid. Got a little bit of an assumption. We're playing Jund. If we can get him to waste their first bit of removal on the Azuri, we can swing in for a hefty chunk next turn. Okay, looks like Naya. All of them, and so it looks like Kiki Chord. So we're not actually going to attack. There's no point in attacking here unless we're going to go all in. I'd rather leave up the regenerate shields going into the next turn. Shaman plus attacks could essentially end the game there. I mean, he's not going to chump block, so... I mean, he's definitely going to block because we don't have the mana to overrun. If we tap out for the mana to overrun, we don't actually do any... We don't have any mana left to attack, so... So we're way ahead of our opponent right now. He could path something. He still comes down to the same problem though. If he doesn't path Azuri and pass Archdruid, yep. Alright, so he just concedes the fact that that's got him in a couple different ways. I am going to bring in Memoricide. I'm just assuming he's got Eternal Witness going on. Not something I want to have to deal with. Beyond that, though, I don't know if there's a whole lot. I'm just trying to think, like, what does Kiki Chord do? I mean, it can ramp into a bunch of dorks. Like, that's the best thing you can do. Voice of Resurgence, typically. Obviously, Kiki Restoration Angel is a pain. They actually pulled Damping Matrix out of the sideboard, so that doesn't really help. I mean, we could bring in Leyline to try and help with the combat, but they're not really burn-centric. And this just gives their Kasali Pride Mages targets that they might otherwise not have. I don't know, maybe do they run like the... What's the other one that's in the... I think that's the recurring life gain I'm thinking of. Oh, heck. Can't think of the card. The red black creature that does 2 damage that cycles. I think that's more of a combo with Malira though, so I don't think they actually do that here. I don't know, this is a little slow. Still think I kind of like it. I mean, I don't know, short of them comboing off super fast. It just feels powerful. We may be too slow, but it's awfully powerful. Makes it a little better. I feel like he's just waiting for removal. Maybe Lightning Helix, probably. I don't know. Do they run Lightning Bolt or just the paths? Excuse me. I think we're just gonna run Azuri out right now. It's a lot more likely to eat a bolt than the Llanowar Elf, which could help us ramp. If they path the Azuri, we get a land, we can go right into Collected Company the next turn. Yes. Looks like maybe he's going for a lightning helix. Nope. Pia. Okay. So we can go Heritage Druid and Nettle Sentinel into Collected Company. Untap Nettle Sentinel. We would still have Azuri. We could potentially run a little more off that. I think we start that way. So the flip side here is if we wait to do this on opponent's end step, we can act like we're preparing to regenerate in response. So I think we're actually going to hold off here. We can't really attack this turn anyway. We can make the decision if we want to regenerate. Thopters do 2 damage each, I think. Yeah. If he sacrifices them to Pia. Important to note that's Pia and Kieran that do the damage, so the damage will be coming from a red source. Irrelevant to our build, but relevant for other decks and other builds of Elves that run Burnt and Forge Render or the white 3-drop enchantment. That's an easy one. Can we, excuse me, just trying to think, can I actually do anything here? Still don't have a second creature I can cast. We're one short. So we're going to regenerate him. Regenerate him. And we'll regenerate this guy. Just in case he has anything he can do with the Raging Ravine. The plan is to just kill him with Shaman though, so I think we're good. Ideally we really need a black land though, so we're still going to have a hefty attack with Archdruid on top of Eclectic Company this turn as a worst case sort of scenario. Don't know, I can't chord, right? Oh yeah, because he can tap. That's right, that makes sense. Nice. So that significantly weakens it. Alright. So I think we definitely go to combat. Post-combat, we have to collect a company. Let's think. So if we attack for 6, if he chump blocks, when he dies, so he could actually kill one of my creatures. Play the Archdruid in advance, then he can't actually take the creature out on my turn. We're attacking for 10, which puts us a chord away from the win. I feel like that's the safest play at this point. Otherwise he can block, say like the Nettle Sentinel, and then Pontiff. This way he's down to 1. He pretty much has to chump the Shaman, which leaves him at, what, 5? Next turn he can spend a Thopter to kill off the Archdruid. Oh wait, it haunts that creature, so when that creature dies... Oh, that's my mistake. I haven't played against Pontiff in a while. So what he'll end up doing is still not going to make much of a difference. He could Pia, kill this, or sack this to kill the Archdruid. give one of my creatures -1/-1, but without another way to give it another -1/-1, it doesn't actually do anything. Looks like maybe he's looking to Chord maybe. By the way, when I start talking about this, he can tap Wall of Roots as a Convoke, but also add a counter to get a green. So that's how we got 3 green out of just the Wall of Roots and the Raging Ravine. So theoretically he could Convoke for... So he actually took the mana and then thought better of it. So if he does something in response here, we can Chord for a Shaman to drain him if he gets a little eager in his tapping. So we lead with the Chord. It's going to untap Nettle Sentinel, allow us to attack in powerfully. Maybe we just hit Shaman and end the game outright. That should do it. Drains for 6. In response, he does something. Thragtusk. Perhaps. Alright, he concedes. So we were in a really strong position there. Pretty much nothing he could do at that moment. But yeah, Kiki Chord. I don't know, something, the Chord decks seem... sorry, and that was a 2-0 win for what it's worth, just because I'm terrible at keeping this up to date during the match. 3-2 tourney. The other Chord decks are just typically, from my experience, slower than us. The Infinite Life Gain one can go turn 4, especially in the non-interactive, but the Kiki one's a little bit slower. Granted, they can grind us a little better, but when we have good draws, I still think we're just faster. Granted, the decks could change if the meta becomes more aggressive and low curve linear like we kind of are now. So, anywho, we got the win there. 3-2 this go around. We had played Bant Red, kind of a grindy collected company Bant deck with splashing for red. Beat that 2-1, and then we played Grixis Battle Rage, the Kiln Fiend, Death Shadow, Grimog Angler, Monstrosity, lost 0-2, seems pretty tough. Death and Taxes, which is a really good matchup, 2-0. Burn lost a really tight match, 1-2, and Kiki Chord. So we were almost 4-1. I feel pretty good about this league. how this one went. Just looking forward to seeing how the meta changes over the next couple weeks once the Pro Tour hits, and then we'll see if I think Elves is worth continuing to play. It'll always be worth continuing to play for me. I'm just kind of rambling now, but it's one of my favorite decks. I'll never stop playing it, but I may start picking up some other decks and trying to prepare if I think the meta is going to be hostile, because I'm going to be participating in Grand Prix Detroit, and so Elves is probably what I'm playing, but I am willing to be a little more flexible. I have a few more decks to choose from. So, anywho, just giving you a heads up as to why you may not see me playing Elves every week like I've been for the last month or so. I've mostly been focusing on trying to see how viable the deck is, and it is strong, has its strengths, but it definitely has its weaknesses as well. So, that's all. See you later.